feel empty, I feel numb, I feel confused.
Shalika Reed is having a hard time holding it together after the unexpected shooting death of her daughter, Denisha Smith.
If I'm struggling for my rent, ain't no use in you being here if you're not gonna help me. So she just asked him to leave. She was looking out for him till he got on his feet. She thought that he was her friend and he killed her. He murdered, slaughtered, overkilled my child.
This is the story of 21-year-old Denisha Smith, an OnlyFans model and dancer who was enjoying life and being unapologetically herself. Denisha was known as a caring friend, always willing to extend a hand to those around her who needed support. After Denisha fell on hard times, she requested her friend, Shelton Handspike, move out because he was not paying rent or contributing to the bills. Tragically, what began as a conversation about responsibilities and rent quickly spiraled out of control, resulting in Shelton shooting Denisha multiple times, taking her life. How could Shelton turn on the only person who offered him shelter and support in his time of need? Welcome to Viral Crimes. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. This story takes us to East Point, Georgia. Denisha Smith, at the youthful age of 21, knew exactly how to work her charm, making a name for herself as an OnlyFans model. OnlyFans is like a VIP lounge on the internet. You pay a fee, and in return, fans get access to exclusive content that the rest of the world doesn't see. It's where people like Denisha can financially gain from fulfilling the desires of her followers by posting explicit photos and videos, catering to an adult audience. Having an OnlyFans allowed Denisha to set her own price tag, and fans can hit the follow button on as many creators as their hearts and wallets desire. Denisha knew there was a crowd out there ready to pay for a glimpse of her world, so she turned that into her hustle. Posting a bunch of pictures and videos, she drew in an audience on OnlyFans, making a decent buck along the way. But not everyone was clapping for her. Some people threw shade at her choices, but Denisha didn't worry about what others thought. She lived her life on her own terms, no apologies given. But when the phone was down and the stage lights were off, Denisha was all about her crew, her family and friends. She was the kind of friend who always had your back, no matter what. The kind of person who didn't just talk about being there, she showed up. Denisha had a big heart, especially when it came to helping out friends in need. That's why, without hesitation, she opened her home to a friend named Shelton Handspike when he found himself without a place to stay. She was planning on helping him until he got back on his feet. Yet, the risk of such generosity is that it can sometimes be misused. Upon reviewing Shelton's social media, it is apparent that he may have been facing personal challenges. The content and interactions there paint a picture of someone potentially grappling with difficulties. The posts from Shelton's social media suggest he was deeply troubled, wrestling with inner turmoil and feelings of alienation. His messages convey a sense of being overwhelmed by life's betrayals and hardships, leading him to adopt a defensive and hardened demeanor. Shelton articulated a deep-seated sense of betrayal and dissatisfaction with the world and the people he interacted with, suggesting he felt mistreated and was searching for a way to make peace with his experiences and move ahead in life. He posted, "I just hope that there is hope for me. I'm tired of being the black sheep. This world done made me cold-hearted. All y'all can die. I don't give a f no more. God, please rid me of my demons this year so I can move on with my life." When Shelton moved in with Denisha, it seemed like a turning point, a chance for a fresh start. Initially, things appeared to be going well, perhaps offering a glimmer of the hope he was looking for. Denisha was a friend of his and everything was fine at first. However, as life would have it, Denisha started facing her own tough times, with money becoming increasingly scarce. Despite her own difficulties, Shelton didn't pitch in to ease the financial burden, leading Denisha to ask Shelton to leave her Lexington home. Shelton resisted leaving as he had nowhere to go, but Denisha insisted he had to leave her home. She was struggling to pay her bills and didn't see why she should be taking care of another individual while she herself needed help. Unfortunately, this request sparked anger in Shelton. The two got into a heated argument. Overcome with anger during the confrontation, he snatched a gun from another woman who was present in the home. Faced with danger, Denisha refused to back down and attempted to defend herself. However, Shelton overpowered her and in a senseless act of violence, he fired at her multiple times. Tragically, Denisha's courage could not save her, and her life was cut tragically short. Shelton then shot himself according to the witness, but he survived. East Point police arrested Shelton following the fatal shooting, and he was charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault and possession of a firearm or knife during the commission of a felony. He was transported to the Fulton County Jail where he will remain without bond.
An East Point woman is dead. Her family tells Fox 5 she was shot and killed by a man who had just moved in with her. Police tell us that man is now behind bars.
An Atlanta mother is distraught. She says her 21-year-old daughter was shot and killed by a man she was only trying to help.
I feel empty, I feel numb, I feel confused.
Shalika Reed is having a hard time holding it together after the unexpected shooting death of her daughter, Denisha Smith. East Point police tell us the 21-year-old was shot and killed by Shelton Handspike after the two got into an argument at her Lexington apartment on Washington Road Tuesday.
If I'm struggling for my rent, ain't no use in you being here if you're not gonna help me. So she just asked him to leave.
Ms. Reed says suspect Handspike got angry about being told to move out and grabbed a gun from another woman who was in the apartment. She says the two were not romantically involved. She says Denisha tried to fight back, but Handspike overpowered her.
She was looking out for him till he got on his feet. She thought that he was her friend and he killed her. He murdered, slaughtered, overkilled my child. My child got shot 6, 7 times.
Denisha's friends and loved ones are reeling from the shock and heartbreak caused by her untimely death. Denisha's mother, Shalika Reed, was most shocked by her death, and her grief was evident. The revelation that the man her daughter was generously aiding is now the accused in her fatal shooting has left her in agony. "I feel like someone snatched my soul out of my body," Shalika expressed through her sorrow. She was looking out for him until he got on his feet. She thought he was her friend and he killed her, she said. "He murdered, slaughtered my child." In this deeply unfortunate incident, law enforcement officials suggest that more effective conflict resolution abilities might have prevented the tragic outcome. The devastating event that led to the loss of Denisha's life serves as a painful reminder of the vulnerabilities that come with an open heart. Her compassionate action in providing aid to someone in need, a hallmark of her caring nature, sadly ended in a personal tragedy. This sorrowful outcome underscores a harsh reality. The act of helping others, though noble and kind, requires careful consideration and awareness of potential dangers. While reaching out to support those around us is a fundamental human kindness, it is crucial to balance this with vigilance about who we let into our lives and our living spaces. It is a delicate balance between kindness and self-preservation. As we mourn for Denisha, we also recognize the importance of safeguarding our own peace and security. My condolences to her friends and family. May you continue to heal and one day find peace. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.